is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of The Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. Here she is, fresh off the cosmic event that was the total eclipse. Amber Marr, Legislative Director. With her, as always, not the Legislative Director, Jason Thompson. Amber, look, before we get into it, first of all, this is episode number 13 for this season. Lucky 13. And on top of all that other... that, I guess, hoodoo, if you will, of 13, you had a total eclipse on Monday. For those of you that were in the path of totality, like we were here in central Indiana, you got to see that. Well, I feel like some other cosmic type things happened. Did you see you had a double rainbow you saw?
There was a double rainbow.
Look, this is a banner week for interesting things.
Yes, the double rainbow. That was on Sunday, actually.
Okay.
Because it was rainy.
There we go. And then there was the eclipse on Monday, which was very cool.
It was so special.
It definitely was.
I have never really experienced something of that nature in my life, I don't think.
Same. It was very, I don't even know how to explain it.
I think I was telling people the darkness one and the drop in temperature.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Was really, really cool.
And then I think we were talking a little bit beforehand about just like the way that the light was right before.
Yeah.
Like it was just this, it wasn't like when the sun's going down at night. It was odd, but cool. So we had that going on, but you've probably already heard about all those things already. But we're going to talk about.
You haven't heard about them from us.
Yes. And our commentary is totally different from everything else you've been hearing from other people. I'm sure.
I was so excited about the solar eclipse.
I was excited too. Yeah, it was cool.
I know everybody was maybe kind of over it before it even happened, but even thinking back right now,
she closes it. For those of you that are listening, Amber is closing her eyes and visualizing.
It just was a really, really awesome thing. Anyway.
Awesome thing.
Okay.
What is also awesome that happened this week, and that we're going to talk about, is the first thing is Prosperity Indiana, our friends there.
Oh, yeah.
Had a summit, if you will,
yes.
That we were a part of. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Show us, and there's a photo. Look, it's Amber talking. Why don't you tell us about what that was?
Yeah, I don't have my sheet. Can I move for a minute to grab something?
Sure. I'll keep it going.
Okay, thank you. BRB.
For those of you that are, you guys should be all familiar with our friends at Prosperity Indiana. She slides back onto camera. Thank you, Amber.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Friends of the show, friends of the organization. We work with them on a variety of topics like housing and things of that nature. They had their summit. And we sponsored a little portion of it. And so when we talk a little bit about that.
That is a great segue into talking about the role of owner-occupied repair in affordable housing. That was the session that we sponsored. And because we were a sponsor of the session, they allowed us to sort of host the session. So that was the picture that you saw of me trying to be a host.
You did a good job.
I know. You know how it goes with me and being in front of people. But I'm going to read a little bit about the session description because it was a really amazing session and really allowed all of the participants to have just a different view of what owner-occupied repair could do.
Yeah, what is owner-occupied repair?
Yes.
Which you probably were going to get to in your description, but for those of folks that may not know, what is that?
Yes. So basically, owner-occupied repair is when some of these organizations, there were individuals on the panel that are part of organizations that go out and essentially help aging Hoosiers fix their homes. Because as we know, a lot of individuals that have owned their home for so long, it can become a dangerous place for people to be, especially if their roof is caving in or they don't have flooring that is, even across the board, or it's dilapidated. I mean, there are a lot of things that people want to stay in their homes and communities, but oftentimes, especially as you age, homes can just get away from you. But it is a place of where they live, and these organizations help them fix those things that could prevent them from no longer staying there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I guess a better explanation would be, the session description says the most affordable home is the one already owned, which we kind of talked about. Yet, so many in our community are living in deteriorating homes too costly to repair by their limited means. So, NeighborLink Indianapolis is a local nonprofit solely focused on providing home repairs at no cost to homeowners 65 plus or with a disability living in Marion County at or below 150% of the federal poverty level. Neighborhood Link Indianapolis they presented the need for owner occupied repair, which is they kind of talked about why it's important, why this money needs to happen, and an overview of its work during a facilitated discussion with two of its community partners, the United Northeast CDC and Westside CDC. They also talked about their repair programs, including challenges and goals for long-term sustainability, because we know these funds need to remain. How do we keep this sustainable? And then obviously they had a Q&A at the end where the audience could participate, talk about things happening in their own local communities, because this was a statewide summit. So folks could be from all over, not just the central region of Indiana.
It was it was a lot of as I was sitting in the session, it was a lot of great information there. Highlighted the importance of, as we always say, allowing people to age in place and stay in their homes for as long as possible. The cost saving measures that come from people staying in their homes. And then on the other side of that, just the expense that it takes to make sure that somebody's home is safe and habitable so they can stay there for as long as possible. A lot of great programs, a lot of great work happening from a lot of folks, not just here in Indianapolis, but also across the state.
Sorry, I was just going to, I was trying to listen to what you said, but then I was going to say who was on the panel because I forgot to say.
That's fine.
Did you ask me a question?
I did not.
Okay, great.
Okay.
It was Lisa Cole from NeighborLink Indianapolis. It was Gregory Garrett from United Northeast Community Development Corporation, and then Beverly Mukes Gaither from the Westside Community Development Corporation. So
great
amazing panel.
Amazing panel, like great information, and shout out to our friends at Prosperity for putting together a good summit with a lot of great information. Especially, I think the focus was around housing.
Yes.
So that was good stuff.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was that yesterday? Wednesday? Yeah, it was Wednesday. We're recording it. We're recording this on Thursday.
I feel like yesterday was. There were a lot of things happening yesterday.
Yeah, you know what else happened yesterday that we haven't mentioned yet, or we didn't say that we were going to talk about beforehand? The Indiana Behavioral Health Commission met for our third meeting, second focus on a population with intellectual disabilities and developmental disabilities, that population, and just the lot of great information from that one of both the historical nature of how far we've come in diagnosing and recognizing the behavioral health challenges for that population, and just the long road that we have ahead in improving in this space. But the providers that were there gave a ton of great information. There's a lot of great work that's happening and some attempts to innovate. The legislators that were a part of the commission were able to attend this time, and we're able to kind of hear directly from some of those things or from what they were hearing. And I think I definitely saw some wheels turning and some questions that were being asked that show that there's definitely the folks that are most likely going to be championing the report that comes out of the commission. I think they have some ideas, I think, that they're going to be working on. So,
because I was just going to say, you were talking about, how far we've come, but also there was a recognition that how far we still need to go.
Yes, and the investments that it's going to take, and not beyond just money, but just the I guess you'd say the will to do it.
Yeah.
As well as the from the education side of things, there's just a lot happening.
Oh yeah, because that was another thing that we have been. I think we talked about this even from when the 55 plus population was brought up at the last meeting, about how workforce is going to be woven into all of these three categories.
Yes. So that was workforce will be discussed. It is discussed throughout it, and then it is a standalone topic. Every single meeting. Next month, we will be focusing in on children
Yeah.
And the meeting will be taking place at the Indianapolis Children's Museum.
I'm excited. Well,
So
because aren't they allowing people to go through or not just people? Sorry, the commissioners.
I don't know if
Oh, maybe
we're
you
going to
don't
get
get
it.
to.
I just know that it's opening up. There's going to be an Inside Out exhibit because there is a Inside Out 2 that is coming out. So for those of you that are Pixar fans,
Love Pixar.
and fans of that movie, there are some new emotions being introduced.
I can't
So it seemed like it was a good fit. So we'll keep you posted on those details as they get finalized. But yeah, I totally forgot to when we were talking about beforehand. So that happened
That was
this
a
week
good
as well.
conversation.
Also,
there is a recording you can listen to.
yes.
And I think honestly, the recording, because I had to listen to a little bit at the end through the recording and not in person. I almost felt like you could hear it better
than actually in the room.
Yeah.
It was a tough room to work in because there was construction going on right outside. It was at the Indiana State Library,
which is beautiful.
Beautiful room, just lacking a microphone, and then there was just construction going on right outside. So sometimes it was difficult to hear. So but that's good to hear.
Yes. I mean, literally, I think it's because you can listen to it in a quiet place, and it where I was literally sitting in like the back seat in the audience. I think at one point I was like, I have no idea what anyone's saying.
And then plus, if you actually watch the recording, every now and then you get a very close-up photo or picture of me. Because of the little device that they have recording. I forget.
The owl.
The owl. It's an
See,
owl.
sometimes when I listen to, unless there was a presentation, but I think there was more of like right there towards the end, there was a lot of discussion around things. So I just had my headphones in. So I didn't see see your mean mug.
I was literally right next to that thing. And what it is
your resting face.
You know what words she wanted to use before that. But
I didn't.
She did. If you because it moves based on noise or like so somebody's talking, it'll like kind of turn to you. So I was just trying to sit really still and not make any noises.
I thought you were eating that bar I gave you.
Thank you. You're looking out for me.
You're like
bringing me snacks on our way out.
You're like crinkling the granola thing so that like the owl's like constantly watching you.
I was like, watching the presentation, and then you'll see the little Zoom box in the corner. I'm like, oh, there's me. Cool, like the side of my face.
What were you doing that was causing it to look at you?
I was trying not to do anything. Just I was listening intently, and it heard me. So it was a good meeting.
It was like
a lot of
it was a lot of going on up there.
The hamster wheel turning was too loud, and the owl picked it up and turned towards me.
Okay.
We're moving on now. Anyway, great meeting.
But
a lot of great information.
The reason why I brought this up is you can go to the FSSA
YouTube
page, and you will have to go search for it.
Yeah.
But it will be there, and you can watch it.
Yeah.
And it is. I do think you can hear a little bit better on the recording than you could in the room. Awesome. But it was so great. There was a great turnout of commissioners. All around great conversation.
A lot of great information.
Yeah.
And the work continues.
Yes, it does.
On that front. The other big thing this week is, like I said, we're recording this on Thursday. Launching today, AARP Indiana asked the candidates our little video series where we asked the 4 of the Republican candidates for governor. We each asked them 3 questions. They each had 60 seconds to respond. And we released those videos today. So, and look, you can go up on the screen right now.
Essentially,
that is on our.
I love when Dan does this.
AARP.org/IN. You'll find it right there. It should be one of the first things you see. And as you scroll down, you can see what we did there. We got what financial. We asked a caregiving question. What financial policies or programs would you implement to support family caregivers? And then the videos there and with the responses. Then we ask about saving for retirement. Ask them about that. And then we ask them about Indiana's multi-sector plan on aging. So you're going to start, that's live on our website now. You'll see that on individually, each video will be up on our Facebook page and on X, formerly known as Twitter. They'll be up on our YouTube page. We're talking about it now. So I encourage you to go seek those out.
It's
Find those out.
just as exciting, like when a new song like drops. So like, I want to talk about like how our videos dropped. I think that's fun to say.
Our mixtape. The
Ryan is gonna hate this if he watches this. He hates when I'm like, hey, this new song dropped. He's like, what?
It's been out for
Anyway.
3 months.
He probably does say that because I'm like, I just heard it, but he also hates that I say it dropped.
Yeah. So,
but our videos dropped today.
Videos dropped. AARP.org/IN. You'll be able to find them there and hear directly from the Republican candidates for governor about what they think about these issues. And because honestly, we haven't necessarily heard a ton of things from the candidates about issues that are specific to older population. They are in their own way, but specifically on some of these issues that we think matter the most to older Hoosiers and their families.
And I think we have already said this prior to when we talked about that we are recording these, but shout out to the candidates that were able to join us and record their responses. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, they took time out of their busy campaign schedules to pop in here and answer these questions on camera for us.
Yes.
It was good time. Shout out to our crew, Eric.
Ooh.
Shout out to Eric, our guy, who we've been working with for many years now. Works very hard, does great stuff.
Yes,
great stuff. So we think they turned out well. Encourage you all to view them, share them when they start hitting the social medias. Share the link with your friends and family, especially for those folks that are going to be participating in the May primary that is coming up in just less than a month away.
Because did you say what also coincided with?
I did not. What also?
Were you saving that?
No, I was not. But that's a good reminder because it wasn't just the eclipse that happened on Monday. It was the deadline to register for the May primary to vote.
So hopefully everyone did that.
If you are hearing my voice and seeing my face and you haven't registered to vote,
it's too late.
It's too late. You will have to.
You were going to say that. That's not very.
You will have to wait until after the primary and then register for the fall.
Yes.
So it's not like you're excluded from voting now. You just won't be able to vote in the May primary.
Yes.
So encourage for those of you that have registered and look, if you're watching and listening to the show, most likely you are registered to vote. You can start voting now.
Yep.
Early voting is open and available. Just got to go when you seek out your county clerk's office or see what's going on where your location is. Most likely it's at your clerk's office or voter registration's office in your county. Some places have early voting centers and things like that open already, but check out to see where you can vote locally early wherever you live. And then also encourage folks you can get a lot of this information about voting and just the election coming up in general, AARP.org/IN votes. That's where you can get all your information about the upcoming deadlines, how to vote, like which way, like vote by mail, vote early in person, things of that nature. Go check that out. A lot of great information there.
Remind me, and I think you said this, but I can't remember. From IN Votes, they can access the video voter guides?
They will. There will eventually be a link to that there. It may not be there currently, but it will be soon.
So today, because those videos have dropped, the website that they can go view them
AARP.org/IN.
Oh, okay.
It'll be there, but then there will also be there will be a link to get back to that page through IN Votes eventually. This is just
okay, great.
Other folks.
I figured you already said that, but
other folks handle that.
I think I took a little mini nap or something.
That's fine. Naps are encouraged.
With my eyes open all of a sudden, I felt, I don't know.
So yeah.
Okay.
I think they turned out well. Leave your feedback in the comments if you want. And like I said, share with some folks that are out there. They'll be, like I said, out there on the socials soon, out there on the YouTube page soon, for sure live on our website right now.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else?
Anything upcoming?
Oh, just check back to the show, this space. Well, we won't be recording an episode next week, so a little bit of housekeeping. We won't be recording an episode next week because you are traveling again. We're gonna try
I
to.
am
We're gonna
traveling.
hammer out some scheduling, some stuff right now.
Yeah.
On the air.
Well, I am traveling next week. I'll be in DC. But
we have something in the evening upon your return.
yes.
There we go.
So, you and I and Anna will be.
Who you met on last week's show?
Yes, Anna Forster. We are going to be at the Indiana Geriatrics Society annual spring dinner and mobile integrated health panel presentation.
Here we go. Mobile integrated health. We're going to show that video.
Yes.
That we recorded. And who are our friends on the panel that'll be joining?
Yes. So Craig Kinney from Department of Homeland Security.
Okay.
Nick Green, who is in the video that you all have seen from Monticello's Mobile Integrated Health Program. We will have Samantha from the Crawfordsville Mobile Integrated Health Program. I think you've heard us talk about Paul, but Samantha is actually the director.
So Samantha's actually running the show.
Yes, so she'll be there. Who am I forgetting? Oh, no.
You?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll be on the panel. Is that everybody? Oh, gosh. See, when you put me on the spot like this, then I get real nervous.
Apologies.
Like I'm.
My apologies for that.
No. Let's see. I think I can. Here, let me see.
I think that's
just
it.
Quick. Yeah, let me just see here.
But so we got that coming up next week. You're traveling to DC, so we'll try to squeeze in an episode if we can. If not, we might have to.
I think that's it. We have you and me, Craig, Kinney, which I already said, Nick Green, and Samantha. Samantha just wasn't on the flyer because we had not confirmed with her yet. So just know that. But the whole point is the Indiana Geriatric Society strives to improve like patient care and the quality of life for all Hoosiers as they age through education, collaboration, and development for healthcare professionals. And so the reason why we were contacted to be on this panel or help put the panel together is because of mobile integrated health and how this really plays into all of that and what this looks like for other communities that maybe don't have this type of a program. So we were just trying to get this information out there, let folks hear how this works in rural communities and why it's so important for aging Hoosiers.
It's going to be a good event.
Yeah.
Excited.
Yes.
Don't know what I'm contributing to this panel, but.
Well, so we're just going to be talking about why we have, I just hit my microphone, sorry. Why we have been so engaged in it. And then also, I just lost that train of thought.
Well, I think we're.
Legislation.
Yes.
Sorry.
The stuff that
why we've been so engaged in it and how the 2024 legislative session ended up.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a good topic. It's gonna be great to see some friends in the mobile integrated health space.
It's gonna be so great.
It's gonna be good stuff. Okay, well, stay tuned for whenever our next episode is going to be. Hopefully, we'll try to fit in a recording next week, or we might take a week off and come back the week after that with all sorts of other things.
We got distracted. Yeah.
We talk about all sorts of things.
Because I think we might be able to get in a recording.
Live from DC?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Or maybe the airport.
We've done that before. When I say we, I mean you.
But we'll see because there might be some things to chat about.
Cool. All right. Well, look, I'm just
maybe show some of the cherry blossoms if we have good weather.
Look,
I don't know.
I'm loving this idea already. Can't wait to do it. This is gonna be great. Okay. So stay tuned for that. Like we said, check out our AARP Ask the Candidates now live on the website. And just in general, stay tuned for awesome content and information coming your way from the AARP Indiana team on a whole host of things. We got Social Security forums coming up. We got some other events and things like that, maybe locally in your community. Check it out. AARP.org/IN, AARP.org/IN votes for all of our voting information. A lot of good stuff. Amber's checking her notes one last time to make sure.
I just want to make sure. One thing. Okay.
Checking one thing.
Just double checking. Okay. I think we're good.
I think we're good. Awesome. All right, Amber, thank you. Dan, thank you. all you listening and watching.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of you.
And we will see you all next time, whenever that is. Well,
We'll be back. If we're not here next week, it's just going to be 1 week off and we'll be back. But I'm going to try to fit it in next week.
She is dedicated to this show, and we appreciate her for it. That's how much she cares about all of you guys. All right. So until next time, I'm the Legislative Director talking about legislative things. We'll see you then.